Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins who gave us this translation. The message that she sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I have been dating this guy who is from Zim for a couple of years right now. So I gave him 2 kids. And this guy, I know that ughter, and he has been doing a lot of evil things, and I don't know how to stop him. And I have since lost one of our baby that we had together. So this is the way that I met up with this guy. The guy, when I met him, he was someone that was really cool. I immediately fell in love with him. And to tell you the truth, the reason as to why I told myself that it was far much better for me to date a guy that was from Zim, it was because of my other friend. So even my friend right now, she is currently married to her husband that is from Zim. You should see her life. Her life is really great. So she also encouraged me, and she said, instead of you dating your baby daddy, it is far much better that you move on with your life. And I was like, these guys, you know them, they just want to sleep with me and they won't give me anything that is meaningful. She then said that, how about I date someone that was from Zim? So I said, okay, let me try to do that. I tried dating her husband's friend, but the guy, he was someone that was like dating a lot of women, so I did not want to do that anymore. When I caught him cheating on me, it then reminded me of my ex-boyfriend, because my ex-boyfriend, he was always chasing after women, and I was being treated and I was always getting treated because of the STIs that he was always giving me. When I was on Facebook, that was when I got this other friend request from the name and the surname. I immediately saw that this guy, he was from Zim. So we then started talking, and I found out that the guy, he was also staying in the same province that I was staying. So the guy then told me that he was working at this other hardware, but he was driving one of the trucks at that hardware. I said, oh, cool. He then said that he wanted me to come and visit him. And I was like really nervous, but the guy, he sent me some money to take care of my child. This was like for 3 months. Each and every month he'll be like, I'm sending you some money, I want you to take care of your child. And I saw that the guy is someone that is like really cool, and we used to speak like on the phone 24/7, and we were so much into each other. I finally got the nerves, and after he had sent me the money, I then went and I slept at his place from Friday, Saturday, and I then returned back home on a Monday morning. When I arrived at his place, I saw that the guy, he was living like a soft life, and immediately I wanted to stay with him, because the guy, when he went to work the following Saturday, then some ladies that were staying at the place where he was staying, they were like, yo girl, how did you manage to get hold of this guy? And these girls, they were like and these girls, they were also South African, and they were like, yo, this guy, we have been trying him for a very long time. So we were thinking that maybe the guy, he is just gay. So I then found out that I was like a lucky So when those women told me that they had been trying to seduce my guy for a very long time, I then said that finally I have arrived where I wanted to be. So when those girls told me that my boyfriend, they had tried to seduce him for a very long time and they had failed to do so, I was like happy, like really happy. And then as time went on, he convinced me to relocate, and I started staying at the place where he was staying. I even took my daughter, then we started staying together. He came and he met my parents. So the idea that we had right now was that we were supposed to get married so that he can always be here with me, because at that time he was always working, but he had that fear of getting arrested and being returned back to his country. And when I fell pregnant for him, that was when I realized that indeed this guy, he was supposed to be here forever, otherwise who was going to take care of me? And then happened that he lost his job. The moment that he lost his job, I cried the day that he returned back from work, and he was like really sad. I had never seen him sad all his life because he was someone that was ever smiling. But on that night, he was like sad, and I started crying because I was thinking that when I return back to my mom's place, then my ex-boyfriend is going to laugh at me. God, why have you chosen to punish me like this? And I was thinking about my friend, the one that is married to a guy from Zim. And I was like, but how about her? Why is her life working out? Why is my life like this? But anyway, the guy, he was a hustler. He started hustling and he started hustling. But when he was hustling, that was when he met someone. This guy who then took him to Mozambique. So when they went to Mozambique, he was then given this other bottle, those bottles of mayonnaise, but it was an empty bottle. So he was given that bottle and he was told to keep this bottle, and he was supposed to fill it up with fresh milk. Each and every night I would see him. I asked him and I said, why are you doing this? What exactly are you doing? He said that he had been given this bottle when they had gone to Mozambique, because at that time he was like a desperate guy. He lied to me and he said that he had communicated with some guys in Mozambique who had some gold. So he was going to fetch that gold and he was going to come and sell it here in South Africa, and we were going to become rich overnight. So he was saying that whilst we were in Mozambique, unfortunately, we could not get hold of the guys. Maybe they got robbed. So we then went to this other healer, but he was saying that this healer is not a witch doctor. He's someone that is good. He's the one who gave me this bottle, and he said that the lucky charm is going to follow me. All that I have to do is that for a month, each and every night, I have to buy fresh milk. So he would go to this spaza, then he would buy a small packet of ughter, then he would come and he would fill it up in that mayonnaise bottle, then he would close it up early in the morning. Then he would rush outside just before the sun would have gone out. He used to set the alarm for somewhere around 4:30 a.m. Then he would rush outside and he would go and he would pour that milk into the toilet. Then I would hear him flushing. He did this for 1 month, and after that, this bottle, my brother, it just disappeared. I asked him where this bottle was because he used to keep it. So he did this ritual for about a month. Then after about a month, that was when I noticed that the bottle was no longer where he used to keep it, because he used to keep it on top of the fridge. So when I would wake up, I would check it and I would see that it was there. When I woke up, I then saw that the bottle was not there. And when I was looking, and I then saw that there was like a huge bundle of money, and I then took the money and I counted the money, and it was like 3,000 rands. So I called him and I said that there is money in our room. I don't know where this money came from. And he was like, oh, I left that money for you because I want you to go out and buy some food. Try to buy some food that is going to last for the whole month. And I was happy because I thought that maybe he had gotten a job somewhere else. So when I returned back home, that was when I found the guy. He was busy counting money. And I said, where did you get this money from? And he could not give me a proper answer. And I was like scared. I said, are you hijacking people? Are you like involved in any criminal activities? And he was laughing and he said, do you think that I can do such a thing? And then he told me that his lucky charm had arrived from Mozambique. So we celebrated, even though I did not even know what I was celebrating, because he just said that it is time for us to celebrate. So we then went out. He had hired his other friend who had a car. We then went to the plots where he bought a goat. After he had bought a goat, he then said that we were supposed to have a braai. And this was like really weird to me. But later on in the evening, that was when he called me and he said, let us go outside. We then went outside. He took that goat, my brother, and we started walking through the location. He had tied that goat to a rope. We walked until we had arrived at we walked into the bushes, and he said that he wanted to slaughter that goat, for he wanted to thank his ancestors. I allowed him. I don't know. I was really confused at that time. I was raised as a Christian, and I don't even know why I ended up agreeing to whatever that he was asking me to do. So at that time, as he was slaughtering that goat, speaking with his ancestors, the guy, he was holding my stomach and speaking with my unborn baby. After that was done, he said that we were going to leave that goat in the bushes. Yes, that is what we did. So life really changed. When you have money, like, things will change so quickly. We used the money to buy the house, but using my ID, since the guy did not have proper documentation. Everything that we have, it is in my name. My mom is living a good life. I am able to take care of my mom and her sisters, even my cousin sisters. When they want anything, they come to me, but they don't know the things that I have to go through. There was a day when he came back and he was like sad, and I was like, what is it again? What is it again? He then said that, you remember that lucky charm, the lucky charm that is giving us all of this money that we have? And I said, yes. He then said that I cannot find that lucky charm again. So we had been keeping this lucky charm in a bottle because it is like a small plant. I don't know what is the name of that plant, but this small plant, it is always green. He was told not to water it with anything. So we were keeping it in a bottle because he said that this is what he was told by that traditional healer from Mozambique. So we went into that room where we were told that we were not supposed to enter into that room at all the times. We searched my brother, even though the room, it was empty. You know, when you are looking for something that you know that is the thing that is holding your life, the thing that is giving you money, you will search for that thing everywhere. It was like I wanted even to search for that bottle, even in my own underwear. We searched everywhere, the whole house. We could not find anything. I said, so what are we going to do? He said, we have to go to Mozambique. And I said, Yini, I don't have to go to Mozambique with you. You have to go alone, because I was now scared. And he said that we have to go together because I want us to use one of our cars to go to Mozambique. As you know that even though I have a license, but I don't have proper papers, so I cannot cross from South Africa into Mozambique with one of our cars. So you will be the one that will be driving. So that is what we did. He was driving, but when we arrived at the border, that was when I took the car. He was like a passenger. He did the deals and everything, since he's like a hustler. Then we crossed into Mozambique. Once we were in Mozambique, he started driving again. We arrived at the traditional healer's place. That man, my brother, we were told that everything that he was going to tell us. When we arrived at that traditional healer's house, the men did not even spend a lot of time trying to explain what had gone wrong. He just said that it is time for you to give this plant that has been giving you money, something that is very important to you. We both remained quiet. So I said he was going to deal with everything, my boyfriend. That was when the traditional healer looked at me and he said, Mama, what is the most important thing that you want to give to this flower? And I said, I don't know. Do you want money? He then said, no, we want something that you carried for 9 months in your womb. In short, he wanted my daughter. And I ended up helping my boyfriend to sacrifice our daughter. This is my own confession, my brother. My mother does not even know that this is what I am going through. And every time when I give her money, I always feel like crying because of some of the things that I have to go through. Sometimes I can feel like there are 1,000 spiders that will be moving in my stomach. Sometimes I feel like I am someone that is pregnant, but I have a family planning implant. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins, hoping that the story was not lost in translation. Strange things do happen in this world.